Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing phenomenally well. In today's video, we are going to be going over some viral new releases from these Middle Eastern brands, what I have to say about them, and if they are worth your coin. I will also be giving you an update on some new-ish releases that I don't really know if I'm vibing with or how I feel about them, but I've had them in the collection for a little while and I want to check and see how they're doing to let you all know if they've changed or not and get your opinion on what you think about them if you've already picked them up. So if you are interested in hearing my 2, 3, and 4 cents about these Middle Eastern fragrances, please continue to watch. If you are new here, beautiful, welcome to the channel. I do hope you consider subscribing. We have lots of fun here and we smell good too. And if you are returning, hey friend, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. That does help for us to grow. Also make sure to like and hype this video. It tells YouTube that you're enjoying the content on my channel, and let's get right into this video. Up first, we have Yara Elixir. Yes, you guys, Yara is back in the building. She said, and another one. So this particular fragrance, I don't have I think I have a small decant of the original, but these don't smell anything alike. Let me just put that out there front and center. This is not in my opinion, an amplified version of the original, although you do smell some similarities with some strawberry. That's just my opinion. Now, when I first smelled this is not my first impressions. I have worn this fragrance and let me tell you, I have thoroughly enjoyed this fragrance. When I sprayed it out, I was so shocked. I thought I was going to get something synthetic. I thought I was going to get something that did not really smell nice, but I was pleasantly surprised. Now, I will say this does make me feel like it's a growner version of the audience that, Yara initially appealed to. I feel like Yara was like anybody could wear. I would let my 10-year-old daughter wear Yara. This fragrance, I'm not gonna let her wear it. To me, the sophistication of it starts at a different age range and goes all the way up. But of course, everyone can wear what they want. I'm just trying to give you an idea of the evolution of where I feel like this elixir starts at. The notes for Yara Elixir are strawberry s'mores at the top with black currant. There's jasmine, orange blossom in the mid, and in the base there's vanilla, caramel, amber, and musk. So when this fragrance sprays out, you do get a sweet strawberry type of vibe. It's somewhat a little more grown and a little more sexy. There is a warmthness to this fragrance that the original did not have, in my opinion. There is a sophistication to it that I feel the original fragrance lacked. This one definitely is giving 27 plus. That's what she's giving me. Yara gave 7 years plus, okay? This is an R-rated movie. Yara original is rated G. Even though I had Yara, I wore Yara. I'm not, talking down about her. I wore her for a minute and I had to release her. So the first time I wore this fragrance, I actually, sprayed it out and I liked it and I wore it to bed. So I sprayed it all over my PJs, went to bed, and I woke up and I just smelled sweet. I smelled sweet and soft and pleasant. So the next day, I wore the fragrance completely, and it is a perfumey type of fragrance. It is going to be fragrant. You get about a moderate, I would say, scent bubble, like the sillage around it, but it has some good longevity. It has some very, very, very good longevity. I want to say I was ripping and running. I want to say I got about a good 6 hours out of her until she just became like a really, really soft skin scent. Although when I wore her to bed, I'm trying to think, do I get 8 hours? I don't know if I get that much sleep. I'm usually the last to go to bed in my house and the first to wake up, but I probably got about a good 7 hours, just laying there and sleeping in the fragrance. And I woke up smelling sweet, and that's the best way for me to describe the fragrance. You don't really pick out, oh, that's a this note, oh, that's a that note. Like, it's blended really, really well, even though you can smell something strawberry-ish, fruit-ish in the opening, but as it dries down, it smells sweet, comforting, a little warm, and somewhat perfumey. And I thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's a good release for the house. The bottle is, you know, a little more mauvey, if you will. It's a pretty color. I think that the color of the bottle speaks to the way the actual juice smells. I think this is a great representation. So if you have not got your nose on this, I highly recommend this fragrance. I know I was talking to my fragrance fairy. She's mainly on TikTok, but just joined YouTube after a long hiatus. I'll try and link her information down below because I do have some other things to share about her. Hey girl, hey. She asked me, she's like, do you get Young Bougie Marshmallow or do you get Marshmallow Blush? And you get a hint of it. I will say you get something in this juice that's reminiscent of what's in those two. There's like a coolness, like a cold coolness in the way you smell the fragrance. Like it's a warm, cozy scent, but when you breathe it in, it's almost that sensation of breathing in cold air. I don't know how else to describe that. I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to complicate things, but there is a through line between these three fragrances, but it's not a dupe at all for Young Bougie Marshmallow, in my humble opinion. So again, this is Yara Elixir from Lattafa. Up next is a fragrance that I actually seen over on TikTok. There were a lot of influencers over at Beauty World, and I was just soaking up all of that content, looking at what's new, what's coming, and I got an opportunity to pick up this fragrance. This is Rhea from Sillage. This is one of their newer ones. This is going to be a fruity bomb, okay? Now, I did go onto Fragrantica, and folks are saying this smells like Rouge Trafalgar by Christian Dior. One of the reviews that I seen from Beauty World was a guy talking about how he thought they smelled alike. And looking at the actual fragrance notes and the breakdown, baby, they about damn near identical. That's what Fragrantica says, okay? So I've sprayed both of these out on a tester, and I just want to smell them side by side to kind of give you an idea if I feel like she's really trying to interpret Rouge Trafalgar and if I feel like she did a good job. So the notes for this fragrance are mandarin orange, raspberry, cherry and strawberry at the top, grapefruit and musk in the mid and in the base, patchouli and blackcurrant. So this, to me, you get all of those fruits. You get all of those fruits. You get a brightness, a juiciness. It smells a little bit musky, and you get a hint of the patchouli. It's not really like a dense, heavy fragrance. From what I remember about Rouge Trafalgar, I do have it sitting on the tester, and I will, you know, sniff them side by side. But I just picked this one up for my birthday. I never did my birthday haul. I filmed the video, tried to edit the video, and you know, being a content creator, sometimes that the videos don't be, you know, doing what they need to do. And I was like, nope, I ain't doing it. I'm scrapping it. But at either rate, I picked up Rouge Trafalgar on my trip, so I do have it here to test. To me, this is a pretty spring, summer scent. Maybe like warm, early fall days, but not necessarily something you're just going to reach for and grab for during the winter time. So the release of this, I'm not sure if it released in other places at a different time of the year, but the release of this is like, okay, if you pick this up, you probably are going to wait to wear it because of the nature of the fragrance. It's very transparent. It almost kind of reminds me of like, you know, sucking on a Jolly Rancher type of juicy, watery type of scent. So it's pretty to me. I'm happy to have it in the collection, and the bottle is cute. The bottle is cute. It's giving, okay? So this is Rhea from Sillage. Let me pull out my little tester for my science experiment. So here we are. This is Rouge Trafalgar by Christian Dior, part of their Privé line. Oh, okay. So the notes are strawberry, raspberry, cherry, and mandarin at the top. Sound familiar? In the mid, there's blackcurrant and grapefruit, and in the base, there's musk and patchouli. So literally all of the notes are the same, but what I will tell you is I'm smelling more of the patchouli in this fragrance. I'm getting more of a heavy denseness. It smells somewhat green, almost a little earthy, maybe a little bit woodsy as well. You still get the fruity nature of it, but to me, this smells more weightier, more heavier, almost like a fragrance you can wear in colder days. Absolutely in colder days. So let me get my tester out. This is the Sillage Dior. Oh yeah, you get almost a spiciness, like that patchouli is coming through. So hey, if you like Rouge Trafalgar and you felt like the patchouli was doing too much, Rhea from Cot Lodge might have you together. She brings that similar scent profile, but the fruitier notes of it kind of shine through, and it has more of a watery, transparent, airier type of take on Rouge Trafalgar. But I do think that Cot Lodge was trying to do an interpretation of Rouge Trafalgar. However, I don't know if, because we know the Middle Eastern fragrances sometimes need to sit. Maybe after sitting for a while, it will intensify and strengthen and you'll get more of the patchouli, but I'm not sure. So like I said, if the patchouli was doing too much in Dior, Rhea from Cot Lodge may be a great alternative. So all that to say, I do think that this is a beautiful scent. It does not have, from my wearing experience, because I've worn it a couple of times, it doesn't have a ton of longevity. You are going to get your 3-4 hours out of this. Obviously, it might last a little bit longer as as it ages. We don't know. We shall see. I shall see, and I'll let you all know. But it's pretty. If you've ever had, ambitions of this fragrance right here, but the price was cost prohibitive, Rhea said, I got you, girl. I'm going to get you close enough to the front door. You're gonna have to do the rest. So this is Rhea from Cot Lodge. This is Feora Oshino. This is a fragrance that to me is very floral. That frangie panty is Frangian, honey. She is out here. You do get some fruitiness from the fragrance and a creamy factor, I believe, from the almond as well. But to me, this is giving very much so tropical scent. It's giving creamy, tropical vibes. According to Fragrantica, some folks are saying this smells like La Bamba from Carolina Herrera, which is an older scent. I've never smelled it. I don't have it, so I can't tell you, but enough folks has it at number 1 to where it's probably going to be in that same vein, in that family. So the notes for this fragrance are exotic fruits, bergamot, and lemon at the top. In the mid, there is frangipani, almond, and peony. And in the base, there's vanilla, tonka, and patchouli. So this fragrance to me, when I first sprayed on, again, frangipani everywhere, very floral, somewhat powdery, big perfume energy is what she's giving, like poof, okay? That's what she's giving. And it could be the mix of the frangipani with the almond, but as she dries down, she does get a little bit warmer. She gets a little bit warmer, and I feel like that is a combination of the tonka bean with the patchouli. Now the patchouli in here is not patchoulian like she was in Rouge Trafalgar. She, I believe, probably just adds to the fragrance to give it a little bit of depth so that it doesn't become super creamy, super cloying, or anything like that. Now I will say she's on the cusp for me, where she is at with her level of creaminess mixed with powderiness, to where it's like, I don't necessarily know if I want to wear you or anything like that. This is a fragrance that I feel like I would gravitate to during the spring and summer, probably more so during the summer, because it feels like a vacation fragrance. Even looking at the bottle, it looks like I'm going on a vacation. I need to be in the Maldives, in the Caribbean somewhere, chilling, doing whatever. This also seems like a good fragrance that could mix well with your Soleil Blancs of the world, fragrances that are within that same vein. If you felt like they were maybe too sunscreeny, this is gonna add some tropical feels to it, if you will. Please let me know down below, have you picked up this fragrance? Is this something that's on your radar? What do you think about it? Like I said, this fragrance to me does seem like something that would be perfect for warmer weather, warmer climate. So if you do live in a climate that just kind of stays warm, if you've picked this up, I know that here where I'm at in the US, I am in the South, but I'm not in a tropical environment. And so we do experience some level of different seasons throughout the year. And to me, this is something that would stay on my shelf until it heated up outside. So let me know your thoughts on Feora, if you've picked her up or she's been on your radar, or if I've just completely turned you off. And if so, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. This is Feora Oshino from Paris Corner. Y'all remember her? Do y'all remember her and the pandemonium she caused when we seen the bottle? Folks seen this bottle and it was like, oh my God. I know I was one of them. I was one of them, okay? So I was like, I'm getting it. And I seen the notes and I was like, ooh, she gonna be this, that, and the third. She gonna be good. Got her and I was like, ooh, wait a minute. I was like, oh, like when you slam on them brakes and your tires screech? Yes. I was like, wait, you're not what I expected. What are you doing here? You're not meeting expectations. This is Nebraska Elixir. This is a powdery, sweet, play-doh-y type of fragrance. That's what she's giving me. And I just wanted to give you guys an update on my bottle, how the juice is maturing, and if I feel like this is something that's more wearable to me. And we about at the same spot. Okay, so she's not bad. I think that this scent profile is for a very specific person. And I don't know if she is me. I don't know if we go together real bad. And I want to go together real bad with all my perfumes. So this fragrance opens with like a white chocolate candy note. At the top, there's whipped cream. In the mid, there's sugar and heliotrope. And I think that's where the powderiness is coming from. In the base, there's vanilla and ambroxan and musk. And there is something within that combo package that is giving me the biggest Play-Doh vibe that I don't know that I've had in a fragrance. Now, I know that some people absolutely love that Play-Doh scent and it works well on their skin. And I did spray this on skin and it's okay, but it's just not something that I feel like I'm like, yes, give me that, give me that, give me that. I would have to find the perfect layering combination. I think maybe something with some vanilla and some sandalwood, like a sweet santal type of fragrance, might add like some woodsiness to this that I need, and an actual vanilla rather than being like a creamy sweetness, like a real live vanilla. So I don't know, that's my 2 cents on that. I'm thinking of maybe spraying on It Factor from Dossier. I don't know where that came from. I love that fragrance. Y'all gonna see it in an upcoming video, probably in a whole bunch of videos because she fire. But this fragrance to me has not changed too much. I will say there's less of a synthetic note that I'm getting from the fragrance, but overall the scent profile is still there. It hasn't changed in a way to where I'm like, oh, okay, she opened like this and then she needed to sit and now she smells like that. No, she still smelled like what she smelled like. Just a little less synthetic. So if you love her, I love that. Please let me know what you think about the fragrance. Is she something wearable for you? Did you regret your purchase once you smelled her? Drop me a line about Nebraska Elixir because I think this really, really, really shook the table. So again, this is Nebraska Elixir from Lattafa. Okay, so the last fragrance that we're going to talk about today, I did a dedicated video on this fragrance. And I also think that the name of this did not necessarily align with the expectation of the user, i.e. me, okay? This is Vanilla 01 from Swiss Arabian. This is an extrait de parfum, and I have loved the fragrances that have come in this bottle right here from this line from Swiss Arabian, but I'm a little perplexed on this one. It's Vanilla 01. I'm expecting vanilla and vanilla and vanilla. Like, I'm expecting something like that, but this is giving me floral. It's giving me floral, powdery, sweet, with a little bit of vanilla. And I'm like, wait a minute now. What is going on here? The fragrance is not unpleasant. It's not unpleasant. It just did not meet my expectations. But what I will tell you is if you are a vanilla girly and you're expecting vanilla, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution on this one because she really, truly is, in my opinion, a floral. She's a floral fragrance that's very, 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 very perfumey, very powdery. So the fragrance opens with coconut, orange blossom, and pink pepper. And typically I'm just in love with anything coconut. And that might be what's saving this fragrance for me. I don't know. In the mid, there's tuberose, jasmine, caramel, and cappuccino. And in the base, there's vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and tonka. You definitely get a healthy dose of those florals. That jasmine, that tuberose, that orange blossom, you are getting that. And the tuberose is coming through, and she coming through a little bit creamy. So if you're someone that struggles with tuberose, also proceed with caution. Try and get a sample of this fragrance if you can. But as this fragrance dries down, even though it opens with like a big bushel of flowers. This fragrance does dry down, somewhat sweet, and I think that coffee note, the depth of that coffee note may help in aiding this fragrance not to feel super sweet and super duper heady with florals. It's giving it just a little bit of depth. As I'm sniffing this, I am getting something a little bit woodsy, almost slightly spicy. So those other notes are coming through, but you kind of have to sit, or I kind of have to sit and try and smell each individual one. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it feels a little bit like what I purchased and what I got. Just a little bit. But just keep an open mind when you are exploring this fragrance, because it may not be what you expect. With that being said, I have worn her and I've enjoyed her, but I have been very, and when I say very, I mean very with capital letters, all 4 of them, very light on the sprays, because she has gotten more intense with how she projects. So she does get compliments, and I think that in the air she smells gorgeous is something that's very pleasant. But like I said, just keep an open mind with regards to her. She's something that I will, again, be very light on the sprays. I probably won't pull for her a ton, but I will check and see if she, has changed over time to see where she going, where she growing, and where she going. So again, this is Vanilla 01 from Swiss Arabian. Alrighty, you guys, so that's it for today's video. I know I jam-packed a lot of stuff in here. Let me know which fragrance out of this entire line do you have, do you love, or you like, no, girl, I don't have none of that. I don't like none of them. No, I'm kidding. But let me know what you've added new to your collection or what might be on your radar. I would love to hear from you all. Again, you guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Your girl is trying to grow and hype this video. And until we see each other again, make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Make sure you're being kind to others, and peace and love, y'all. The world needs it. Bye.